What's going on, everyone? Thanks a lot for tuning in today for another episode of the Halftime Coach and Adjustment Show with my brother Philly Halftime and me, Coach Ed. Appreciate everyone for tuning in today. I'm really ready to get going and bring you guys another great episode today. So, before I do that, let me tap in with my brother. How you doing today, Halftime?
Doing good, doing good.
That's good. That's good. How's the family doing? How's the family doing, brother?
Doing all right, doing all right. I'm doing our thing, and kids are doing good.
All right, that's good. So, all right, so let's tap into the chat also before we get into the show. We got little G Griffin. I'm a big fan of Eagles season. Eagles kick Tampa Bay the Buccaneers. Okay. You're
Yep.
working out at the YMCA today. Get a good workout. Phillies team kick Bucks. All right, so there you have it. So make sure you guys be sure to tap in if you haven't already done so. All the information is there in the description. Tap into Halftime, myself, the Hardcore Sports Network, and the Aboriginal Sports Network, man. We really appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Get notified. Make sure you do that because it's free for you guys and it helps us out immensely. So, as the saying going, if it's free, it's for me. So, and make sure you guys share on all social media platforms because we're everywhere: Discord, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it. There's always a connection somewhere along the line. So make sure you guys share there to help the program continue to grow. So what's up, Blaze, man? Thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you. Mr. Big Sexy Coach and Babe Halftime Ruth. Okay, there you go. He's calling you Babe Ruth. Okay. What's up, Nick, man?
Yeah, he was there when I was ranting about the Babe Ruth thing.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. I picked up on that. So, what's up? Appreciate you, Nick, man. Thanks for being there. So, but let's get right into the conversation for today. And we're actually going to start out with the Phillies and the Yankees, their playoff spots. Both teams are in the playoffs. That's at least one thing we know. So,
yeah.
How are your Phillies doing, brother?
They're winning some games. I just don't know where they're going to end up. Are they going to have the best record in baseball? Are they not going to have the best record in baseball? Mm-hmm. It's going to be a close one. But they're both in the Yankees and the Phillies are both in the playoffs. So
exactly.
I still think the Phillies are only one and done. And when you lose your best pitcher in baseball, that hurts you. And I'm a big fan of the Phillies. But reality is you lose your best pitcher and he would have won the Cy Young, Coach, if he didn't get hurt. He would have got the Cy Young and when that you can't sit there and hands down go up. We're gonna push through and we're gonna do it without you. It don't work like that. They get paid millions of dollars to play this sport, and he's your Cy Young winner. You're gonna do that. Some fans just don't want to hear that.
No, I feel you. I mean, it's kind of like the Yankees, with Cole. We haven't had Cole all year, so but Cole, as you know, is a Cy Young candidate pretty much every year. So that's a big impact. So I know exactly what you're talking about when you don't have that caliber of talent there for your team, each and every game, or for the most part for the playoff push. So, but let's get caught up to Nick says, Coach, make sure you get a lot of NBA. Yeah, we're going to talk some NBA today. So, there's definitely. He says you have a rant. Okay.
I'm a fragile boy.
About
Jeremy
fragile
King's
boy.
hurt. He's out
Oh,
again. He's hurt. So
okay. I got you. I got you. I get. Yankees win the World Series 4-0 over the Phillies. That'll be interesting. You'll definitely get a rant from halftime off of
yes,
that
yes,
one.
I
So,
would rant. You get ran on that one.
yeah. What's up,
Hey, maybe
Arku?
the Phillies Yankees be a good World Series.
No, yeah, exactly.
Mm.
As a fan, you know that's what I would want. So, just push through. So, yeah, thank you. I don't even know who's going to win the World Series, in my opinion. Baseball is a weird sport to predict.
Yes, very
I,
good to predict. You can't you can't just go say, "Oh, this is a team that's going to be in the World Series." You can do that in football. You can't do that. You can't really do that with baseball.
True. True. I mean, it takes much more, especially with the amount of games that are there,
Yeah,
and the ebbs and flows of the sport itself. So, it is hard to predict. And like you said, last year the Phillies had the best record, but were one and done. So you do see that a little bit more than in football and basketball. So, and as we see right here, the Phillies are a game behind Milwaukee for the overall record,
yes.
and they pretty much have. I mean, the Mets are pretty much weak. It looks like they're out.
They're
Um,
they're on the outs right now. If tonight was the last game, they're
mhm,
done.
exactly.
They're
The-
out of the playoffs. Wouldn't you laugh, Coach, if the Mets are out of the playoffs? As they put all that money in that team. They went
yes,
at the trade deadline. They did everything that they could in their power to put everybody in this.
mhm.
And they're going to be out of the playoffs. They're not even making it.
I
Probably
can
out
tell.
for one game, but
I can tell you this much: back in the days when George Steinbrenner was alive, you wouldn't have that. You would
no,
not have that with the amount of
no.
money that he would spend. He would say, "No, you're getting in." Halftime, Frank Fleming called it. I guess you know what that means. So, um,
Yeah.
okay, so
That's the that one Mets fan, right? That's all over Twitter and all. He's hilarious. You ever watch that guy freak out? I love it. I'm
mhm.
like, yeah, look at those rants.
Exactly. Blaze, what it means is you only get 3 into the wild card. So I don't know, halftime, correct me if I'm wrong. If they're both tied, don't they play a 1-game playoff or something like that to
Yeah,
get in?
they had you got 3 wild card guys. So, but they all have to be. You get one. They're doing that one extra.
No,
So
what I
yeah,
mean is the last 2. If you have 4 teams in position for the wild card, like the
yeah,
Mets, so those
4.
last 2 would play each other to go into the wild card in a sense. That's what I'm asking.
They got to fight for the wild card. The
Okay,
last
yes.
spot in the wild card.
So yeah, that's what I mean by they're on that borderline, man. They're right there. If they lose tonight and Cincinnati wins, then Cincinnati is in. If they both
And
win, I think they
Cincinnati
play
was
each other.
above them.
Yeah. So right now it's just a matter of do they both get in? I mean, do they both play each other to get in a sense? So he kept saying the Mets won't make it. Reds have. Oh, so there's a tiebreaker. Okay, so Arku says there's a tiebreaker. So okay. Okay, so the Mets can still get in. Yeah, the Mets can still get in. If Cincinnati loses and the Mets win, then the Mets are in. So
Yes, the Mets still
that's
got a chance to get in. You got 2 games still.
yeah.
They
I
still
thought today.
have
I thought you
2
said today was
games.
the. I thought you
They
said tonight
still
was
have
the
2
last game.
games. I don't know who they're playing, but they still have 2 games.
Yeah, let me take a look at the Mets just to see the Mets. Let's see their schedule. Schedule. Here's the schedule, and this is September. So we want to. So yeah, they have 2 games against the Marlins. So yeah, they're still in it. They got 2 games left, and I think Cincinnati then has 2 games also. So,
Yes.
um, if
Now everybody has 2 games.
okay, so there we have it. So now, if they both end up tied, as Arku says, then the Reds have the tiebreaker. So there we
Yeah.
have it. As long as the Astros are out of it too, I'm good. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so taking a look right there. Yeah, the Astros are right there. They're right there.
Yep.
So I mean your
How do they
Rangers. Oh, yeah.
lose 2 in a row? And if they lose the last 2, they're done. They're really on the out.
Exactly. So, and as you can see, the Yankees are in a very precarious spot. They need to win their last 2, and Toronto lose one of the last 2, because if they do, they end up with the overall record in the American League. So, I mean, because they're tied for the division, but because Toronto,
I need the
I'm
Phillies
sorry,
to get a bye.
the Phillies will get a bye.
I need the Phillies to get a bye.
Oh, okay.
I need it in the worst place. I need them to get a bye.
Yeah, I feel you. I hear you. So, we need the Yankees to also, do well and get the last 2 and get a bye also. I mean, because that would be a big thing. So, I mean, hey, but hey, the Yankees are still there. I know I was ranting earlier this year about the Yankees, because they were frustrating me, but the expectations are high. So, there you have it. So, but it's pretty close. It's deep.
Yeah, but you can't like right now. Like people are
Mhm.
like, well, pick who you got in the
So,
playoffs, in the playoffs and all, and like
mhm.
who's gonna win the World Series. You can't say that right now because if the Mets are not in, that changes a lot.
Why do you say that?
Because the Mets are like the Phillies' kryptonite. You know what I mean? They might beat
Mm.
us. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Mhm.
will sneak out wins in the playoffs. They did it last year.
Got you. I got
You know, they'll and teams that they weren't supposed to beat, they beat.
you.
I mean, look like the Phillies, best team in baseball, best record in baseball. This is why you can't look at them stats. I always say, when you're in the playoffs, whole new ball game. It doesn't matter if it's basketball, baseball, football, or hockey. It don't matter. You can say, I got the best record in baseball. Yes, but you're one and done in the playoffs. Means you were ass. You didn't show up. Philly's got the second best team and best record in second best record in baseball. They're one and done. What's it mean, Coach?
Well, who do you think's the favorite starting in the National League? Who's the favorite right now to get to the World Series? Because right now you look at it, Milwaukee, the Phillies.
I think it's going to right now. If you go by it, it's Milwaukee.
Okay.
Now, am I scared of Milwaukee? I'm more scared about the Dodgers than I'm scared about Milwaukee. But if the Phillies have to play the Mets swept us 3 times in a 3-game thing. They swept us. Yes, we swept them in 4, but they swept us first. So what Phillies am I going to get? The one that got swept by the Mets, or the one that we swept the Mets?
Yeah, but don't you think?
Didn't show up, or the one that did show up? You know what I mean? What game am I getting?
But how? Also, doesn't how the season progress, because teams get better as the season goes along. Mets wants to come on and
now says it's the end. What happens, Coach? People get hurt.
True.
Teams are different. You know what I
True.
mean? They just get hurt. People get hurt. Like the Phillies, people got hurt. And Wheeler, out for the year. Your best pitcher. The best pitcher for the Phillies. You know what I mean? Trey Turner, just coming back over being hurt. You know? You got this team, you know, so it is just, see what happens. People get hurt. People are getting tired. So,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So, I mean, yes, the players are a big factor. So, you know, so how it goes during the course of the season, you know, I mean, all of that does play into everything. So I get what you're saying. So, but real quick, I'm going to give Mets the link real quick so he can come on and talk a little bit about the Mets and the National League. Mets, I just sent it to you. You know, just come on. We'll talk about that before we move on to the rest of the show. Okay, so
listen, if the Mets don't make the playoffs, oh my Lord, that would be huge. I'd be into baseball. And the reason why is all they did, all the money they spent. That, at the trade deadline, the huge moves that they made. I mean, as a Mets, if I was a fan of the Mets, I'd be pissed. I mean, I'd be like, you think I would rant about the Phillies? Shoot. Right now, I'd be ranting about the Phillies. I mean, the Mets. The way, if I was a Mets fan, I'd be ranting my ass off because that is bad.
Exactly. So, I mean, it definitely would be tough. I mean, you know, I'd love to hear what Mets has to say about that. If the Mets don't make the playoffs, what his thoughts would be. So, hopefully he'll pop on soon. But I know what you're saying. I mean, because I'm like that right now with the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees have been playing well. Let's see,
You've been playing small ball lately too, Coach.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Yankees are 9-1 over.
You know why you're in? I truly believe it because the small ball has been winning you games.
Well, they're still hitting those home runs, man. I mean,
know,
John.
The home, listen, small ball opens up that home run.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I will agree with you there. You know,
listen, you can't always swing for the fence. Sometimes you got to get your dumb ass on goddamn base.
Exactly. So, and
yes. Yeah, Blaze. Yeah,
Blaze. I know what you're trying to do, and I told you.
I know what you're trying to get at, Blaze.
Yeah. This is not a pause show. We told you that before.
Pause around here, damn it.
So, well, we know what you mean.
Go over that stupid shit.
But yeah, playing small fundamental baseball is the key to success. It opens up your whole offense. When you hit and run, when you bunt a player over or hit a player over, well, few teams bunt nowadays, but you know, when you steal bases, when you put runners in motions, I mean, because I've said it before. Yeah, I know you didn't say pause, but we know what you were where you were going
for, Blaze.
Yeah, so. And Tigers blew a 15-point game lead. So, but yeah, when you play fundamentals in any sports, but baseball, when you play with the fundamentals, it opens up your whole offense. So it opens up everything. Defense, you know, when you are fundamentally sound, you know, really helps you there. You know, so I'm with you there. So I definitely like, you know, when teams play the right way. You know, using small ball to open up the offense. So it goes a long way.
You want to laugh at a team? I'll be honest with you. You want to laugh?
Go ahead.
It'll make you die and laugh. You'll piss yourself.
Go ahead.
Watch the Philadelphia Phillies bunt. They can't
bunt?
They don't know how to bunt.
Oh, but I don't think there's a lot of teams in baseball that know
They
how to
get paid
bunt anymore.
$1 million, but this is halftime. Don't interrupt.
But
Because I
many,
can't bunt either. Like, you don't get
but
paid for these at all.
bro, I don't think many teams in baseball can bunt. It's a lost art. It really is. You know, you sit here and you think you work on it.
baseball all the way to a different game.
Yes. How many times do you see teams honestly bunt today? Not many.
And you know who bunts? People that play against the Phillies. Because we can't defend it. We don't know how to do it, man. We just can't. I swear to you. People will bunt on us and they're like, what's that? That ball didn't go far enough. It didn't come to me. I got to go to it.
I haven't watched the Phillies all year, so I can't say, who does. I mean, he's saying that teams bunt against the Phillies.
They bunt against the Phillies.
I mean, to me, that's big. Listen,
that gets a guy on base. That changes the rhythm of the game.
Yes. And with the rules the way they are, that the pitcher can only throw over to first base a certain amount of times, it's like, hello, that should be in your lineup. I mean, in your game plan.
Yeah,
that really should be in your.
Always be trying to lead off as much as he can to try to get them to use that. So, okay, the next one's a free one. This is a free run. At it, at second, or at third, or whatever.
You know why I think teams don't bunt anymore? Because the casual fan is not interested in that. They want to see the home runs.
So you think they're like football fans? They want to see a high score.
Yes, think about it. Remember, there was a point in time that baseball was in trouble of losing a lot of this generation. And they changed a lot of things. They tinkered with the baseball because they wanted it to fly out of the stadiums a lot more. They brought the fences in a lot closer. I think that the average fan does not want to see bunting because because the average fan doesn't understand, that technically a bunt is a sacrifice, and a sacrifice doesn't hurt your average, because, especially when you move someone over. So they don't get that. So it's confusing to them. And again, it's boring. I get it. But if you're really invested in the game, you understand the strategy, because it's like chess, but see, that's the thing. You have time. How many people want to go out to the park and watch a chess match? Honestly, they don't. Unless and that's the thing. You take it.
I guess because I'm a baseball fan. I guess.
Yes.
That's not boring to me. That's good.
But that's how we grew up. The average kids
almost had a no-hitter going on. These analysts are going, oh, he's about to throw no. He's about to throw an inner. It's like, no hitter's coming apart. No, like, shut the fuck up.
Blaze, I get you in terms of the casual fan, but to a purist, it's not. Even the tush push, it's not. As a big former defensive lineman, to me, that's not boring. That's strategy, because now I'm sitting and I'm watching who's going to get leverage, who's playing with great leverage, who's going to drive the other man back. Because in the trenches, it's about imposing your will.
It is.
It's like if I came up to you
line and your defensive line collided.
It's more than that. At halftime, it's more than that. It's now me as a man taking you and moving you against your will. It's not just a collision.
Where I want to put you.
Exactly.
Remember when we said that football was gladiators?
Yes.
People crying about the tush push. You're making it soft. Well, you guys complain about, that was roughing the passer. That wasn't roughing the passer. Oh, you guys are getting this a flag football. The Eagles are saying, here's my quarterback. I'm jamming him up to your ass, and he's going to go through yous. But people don't like that. Because they want it soft. They don't want this Iron Man clash football.
It's all sports. It's not just football. It's all sports. It's baseball, it's basketball, it's football.
Right.
Think about it. Back in the days, in the 90s, guys come in late 80s, guys coming down the lane, you'd get a forearm right in your chest. You didn't
Yeah.
have an easy way to come in, easy release coming through. Football, like you said, all
isn't basketball. Shaquille O'Neal play in this day and age the way how rough he used to play?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, because he used to play it rough. I'm just going to use him for example because he does play rough. Do you think he could play the way he used to play without always fouling out?
No, I mean, LT said it best a little while ago. I think he said it last year. He said the way the game is played today, I could not play. I couldn't, because it's too soft. I mean, the level of physicality has been taken out. Now, part of that, I'm going to be honest with you, is the lawsuits. Let's be honest. If it wasn't for those concussion lawsuits, things would still be the same for the most part. You
get fined so much, though.
Yes. Exactly. So, remember that, coach. Yeah, I know. I remember in tears. This is my coach, bro. But the thing is, the way sports are played. Yeah, Shaq could definitely play nowadays, but he's probably foul out. Yes. Yeah, that's the problem, man.
That's what I'm getting at, please.
What's up, Lou? Thanks for tapping in, man. Sports
in the building.
Sports today, in general, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, the tinkering of the rules, and I get it. It's changed from the early 1919s. I get it. Rules have changed throughout most of sports. Baseball is a little bit different, but when you've taken out the small ball aspect, because it's boring, because you didn't want to lose a generation of kids because you're thinking, and I understand why they're thinking like that, because that's business, man. Because if you lose those kids, then you're going to lose your sport. With football and basketball, what do kids want to see? 3-pointers and dunks in basketball. And football, they want to see the long passes. Like nowadays, some of these hits, and I'm saying to myself, and I instantly look, I'm like, oh, he hit him too hard, and where's the flag? That's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking, that's a good hit. I'm thinking he hit him too hard.
Yeah,
football is a brutal sport.
Where's the flag at? Because he hit him too hard, because we know the flag's coming. They didn't get excited about that hit, even though that was a great hit. You know the flag's coming, so you can't play that, man, because, dude, that was a great play, but you know the flag's coming.
Yep. Be safe, Lou. Definitely be safe, man, on your flight, sir. So we're you can always, if we're not here when you get back, you can always tap in for the replay. So appreciate your support, man. But yeah, it's different today than when we grew up. But that's also why we are passionate about the sport,
right?
As older sports fans, because we saw a different sport, and like you said, we look at it and we're like, man, this is soft. This is But
I mean, people, if they're gonna cry about the tush, then you don't cry about if a quarterback gets hit too hard or not. Oh, that shouldn't have been a penalty. Because, you're making this flag football. Because the tush push is Iron Man football. So what it is, it's bringing my offensive line colliding with your offensive line and moving you back. I just moved a 350-pound man off what he wanted to do. Treated him like a little girl. You know what I mean? Like, he just pushed him right up there. He said, look, I'm moving you 2 yards because that's where I need you to be. Backwards.
You want to know what? I will say this, because this is how one of the hard lessons I learned when I first played football, organized football in college. We had a drill where, as defensive linemen, we had to get down on all fours, basically, and you had to get low. And you, on the whistle, because you were shoulder to shoulder, on the whistle, you had to attack each other and try and get underneath that guy, lift him up, and drive him back.
Right.
I remember the guy when
that's what you're doing, though, coach.
But here's the thing. This is why I'm saying this. The guy I went up against was a senior. Now, then I was 285 pounds, and Mitchell was maybe 200, if that, maybe 190. He played defensive end, but he was there 4 years at school. And, I never played high school ball, never played Pop Warner, nothing. So this is my first time going in. So, and I'm saying to myself, man, why he put me up against this little guy? So I'm thinking, because I'm a big guy, I'm just going to bully him, right? Do you know, on the snap, on the whistle, I ended up looking at the sky, and Mitchell's face mask is right up over the top of me, and he's screaming in my face. Now, mind you, Coach pulled me to the side. He said, "Do you know what you did wrong?" And I said, "No." I'm like, "Coach, I thought I would just be able to push him." He said, "No." He said, "That's where you got to learn leverage. And that's a hard lesson. Just because you're bigger than someone does not mean this smaller guy cannot impose." And that's why I learned the word, impose his will against you. And that's exactly what he did. And I think that if the average casual fan would play football, get down in those trenches, you would see the difference, and you would understand how tough it is, and the intricate little aspects of playing whatever sports. Because Mike said it he said in baseball, today it's about launch angles and exit velocity. I didn't hear about that when I was a kid. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't.
That's analytics shit.
Exactly. So, and that's where I think in any sport, some fan, because everyone is all into the analytics and, fantasy sports and all this and that, and player stats and all this and that, and fantasy sports, and you're into all that. Where to me, I don't care about that stuff. I like the strategy. I like the X's and O's. I like the chess match.
I like the chess match that is there.
Exactly.
Really, I don't know nothing about chess, but I like this. This is chess to me.
But that's the point, and that it forces you to also not include just your physical element of sports, but the intellectual aspect. Because now you have to say to yourself, which is why I love coaching. All right, now if I do this play, this is going to help me set up this play, and this place, and
this play.
Exactly. So during this series, sometimes my mind is 3 plays ahead. All right, they did this, so this is coming up, this is coming up, this should come up, this should come up. With the average fan, you're just watching and you're taking it play by play, and I get it. I get it as an average fan, but as a mental person, nah, I want to see more.
See, that's the thing. Like, people are not realizing when in any sport, the people are setting up that maybe that long pass, you know what I mean, for a touchdown, or maybe that long pass in basketball for an easy layup. And people are actually, this is actually being set up by a coach this way. I am wearing them down to a certain point to put it in this way. But damn, people would just want to get rid of shit just to get rid of it. What are you going to do? Get rid of blocking field goals too because the Eagles are so good at it? You know what I mean? The Eagles did it twice. Damn it, we're gonna cry about it.
Mike, you make a great point, because I remember what's his name, who was with the Cubs and then went to the Braves. What's his name? The pitcher. What's his name? Halftime, that Hall of Fame pitcher with the Braves. Back in the 80s, when they had their threesome, their dynasty pitchers.
They had that dynasty. I forget his name. I do forget his name.
Yeah, but he would only pitch but he would change. He would change the angle. Not the angle. He would change the direction, where the ball, inside, outside, up, down. Right. He was only throwing around the 80s, maybe low 90s.
He would work. Like, I know people don't really pay attention to that little box, but he would work angle of that at home base. He would work that angle. Like, here it is. I'm right on the outs of it.
Wait a minute. I read they're going to use the electronic system to challenge balls and strikes next year in baseball.
Yes.
Yeah, Glavin,
So
thank
it's
you.
going to be a challenge. It's a challenge. Just like in football, you get to throw 2 red flags. A
Mm-hmm.
pitcher can challenge it twice, and a player can challenge it only twice in
Now
the game.
pitches and strikes. Come on,
Only
man.
strikes.
Now
So
you're
they'll
taking it.
tap their the batter will tap his helmet and say, I'm going to challenge that. I think it was a ball. Then that goes up to New York, and that's a review. But it has to be more than just 2, because there's a lot of baseball and there's a lot of bad. That's how bad, coach. That's how bad these umpires are with balls and strikes.
Yeah.
They're just horrendous.
Is it the? Well, Dave has a question. First of all, he said, "Any knuckleball pitcher, knuckleball is still around." Personally, I don't know. I haven't seen a knuckleball in years.
The knuckleball, Dave, and
You remind me of whatchamacallit, who was with the Red Sox, man. He used to get on my pants. I mean, but the knuckleball is a beautiful pitch. It's slow, and it makes you see. The thing is, as a hitter, you see that slow thing coming, your eyes get big, and the next thing you know, it's coming here, and then it drops. It's like
and
the
it drops
curveball.
drastically. You're like, you think you have it, and it's here, and it's down here, and a second later, you're like, where the hell did that go?
Blaze, I'm with you there. I'm with you there. That's where I'm starting to think. In a few years, the behind the plate umpire will be gone. I like the human element of the game. People just want to hate on unrewarding job. It's a shame how people dog the bro. I understand. No, they dog them until they need them. When it's now in their advantage, then everyone loves an umpire, referee. I'm like that too. I can't lie. It's human nature. It really is. Knuckleball Wakefield, and he was in Pittsburgh too. I didn't even realize that. Thank you, Blaze. So
wait, hold on. Now I'm against umpire. I can't stand them. The big calls that they make are so bad. It's like It's like, what the fuck are you looking at? That ball is right there, and that's the crazy part. Now, do I want a robot? No, I don't want a robot. The problem is, these umpires, if you go argue it, they'll just say, "Yo, you're kicked out of the game." You don't argue with me. I am always going to be right, and they don't want to admit that they're wrong. That's why you need this, to put them in check. That you're not always right. It ain't your show.
Here's the thing.
The baseball game actually be about baseball. The problem is the umpires are costing games. That's why this electronic thing's coming in. They're costing teams games that matter.
I get you there. I understand where you're going there, and this is where there's the double edge, okay? Because you're talking about umpires making bad calls.
Yes.
Okay. But that's the human element. It's just like as a coach, you make a bad call and you send your players out there, and the players go out there and they make a bad play. That's human element. That's the part of sports that you need. I get where you're going.
Listen, if you're a coach and you make too many bad calls, right, coach? Right? What happens? Your ass gets fired.
But see, now that's where you need the Major League Baseball to hold the umpires accountable, and not the sports.
The umpire union is too strong.
You know what?
You can't. Even baseball freaking can't say nothing to them.
Here's the thing, though.
It's just too strong. It's the strongest.
Okay.
Publicly, umpire union is the strongest union in the whole friggin' out there. That's the strongest union. You want a union? That's the strongest union.
Wait a minute. See, now we're talking about union versus your performance. I'm not talking about the union. But what I'm saying, What I'm saying is, if you are grading these umpires and you're documenting bad call, bad call, bad call, I'm sorry, there's not a damn union. Don't tell me Major League Baseball has the best. If I pull out film and I pull out documentation that shows your man is trash, he don't need to be
They
here.
just don't get into that's what happens. And then when you have that, coach, like this guy's trash. Like that list, this guy's trash. You know what his recovery is? He don't go into the play. He will not be umpiring in the playoffs. That's all he gets. That's
Why not demote him? Why not demote them and send them down to the minor leagues? See, I get you where you don't want to fire them. I get where this going. Okay, fine. Then I'm gonna demote you. And you need to work to improve your game and show that you need to be back in the major league.
Yeah.
Because the playoffs don't mean Jack Daniels for that many umpires, because there's not enough umpires needed to go into the playoffs like that.
Right. And they need that time to watch the game.
I mean, look, ladies and gentlemen, don't think I'm hating on unions, because I was a union steward. I support the unions 1,000,000,000%. I get it. But I also was a union steward who understood the facts. And if you presented facts to me, it was hard as a union steward for me to argue against it. And that's what I'm getting at. So when people say that it's the strongest union, well, that's because Major League Baseball is making it that way. Now, if you're grading these umpires like the NFL and like the NBA does, they do. Now, I'm not saying put it out there and
baseball grades them. But the only repercussion they get is, you don't get to umpire in the playoffs. Because the umpires do make more money if they're umpiring in the playoffs. The umpires that get to the World Series, they make more money.
Yeah, Blaze, I mean, if they do, then fine. I mean, if they get demoted, then that's fine. So it's just that, look, the accountability issue, I don't believe that they're just free to do whatever they want, like they were back in the 70s and the 80s. I know, back then the umpires really did try to make it about themselves. They really did, but sometimes managers and players do go too far with the argument. It's just like in the NBA. We complain about players arguing with the referees. Just shut up and get back in the game. After the game, file a protest. Pull out, document what your issue is, and then go to the league, and then let all that stuff add up. And then afterwards, you say, look, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. Checks and balances. After that, get him out of here, because you're hurting the product. Because now us as fans, we're going to get turned off by it. We're sitting here debating whether, the viability or the need of the umpires. And now you're talking about bringing in electronic equipment. I don't want to see them.
It's only because they're costing games that matter. It doesn't matter about the whole season. It matters about the games that matter that gets a team snuck into the playoffs. Or if you're in the playoffs, then here you are. You cost us a chance to get to the World Series of the bad calls. But for a team, let's put the Mets and say like the Mets don't make it to the thing, and there was a bad call. And the bases are loaded, and they need this home run, or they need this. All they need is an RBI, and he gets struck out. And it's a ball, but it's really it was a ball, but the umpire calls it strike 3, game over. And now here the Mets are done because of a bad call. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. They're costing too many teams games to get into the playoffs.
I don't think they cost too many. It's just that you think about. See, the thing is, what happens in all sports. This is all sports, because we do it in football. We do it in basketball.
You do it in basketball. You do it in football. You do it in hockey. Yes.
See, when you say I'm being very literal now. When you say they're costing too many games, If you're telling me out of 160 games that one game is the cost, is that too many?
What's that?
If you're telling me out of 160 games, they cost them one game per team, that's too many?
No.
So that's why I'm saying when
If
people,
but it's more than that, though, Coach.
okay, how many
More
games?
than that.
How many games
It's
per
not just
team?
one game that they fuck up on.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How
But
many
it's more than that.
teams?
It's more than that. It's all teams. They whatever games they play. There's a lot of games. I mean, I don't have the numbers, but I mean, a lot of the freaking umpires are costing games. Games that this other team should have won.
I got to research this. I'm going to research this.
This is, you want to know about analytics? This would be a huge analytics thing.
The percentage.
You would go down a rabbit hole on this. This is the one that people will hide.
Yeah, I'm seeing. I now this has me intrigued. This really has me intrigued.
It's more than one game that an umpire fucked up on that cost a game per team. There's more than one game. It's more like maybe 40 games, maybe 30 games. But that matters. If I lose 30 games because the umpire fucks up, I'm at the playoffs.
I got you. Like I said, I'd have to.
And this is where an umpire would go, hey, the base runner was this, and the base runner was this. You know what I mean?
And let me see. Society of American Baseball Research. When was this? This was published in 2017. So it's not. It's late 2018.
But this is why they're going to do the robot stuff. Or the challenge. It's not even a robot. It's a challenge. Somebody's going to replay it and say, hey, that is a strike. Hey, that is a ball. You were wrong. That's it.
Don't let it get to one call costing games so much more than one play affects. No, I agree with you. That's why I said, I get where halftime is coming in terms of the umpire, because you want the players and you want the players and you want the managers, coaches to be the ones that impact the game. And I get it. I get it, where you don't want to see the you don't want the referee, the umpire, you don't want them to be the cause and effect of the team losing the game.
The cause of a win. It doesn't matter if it's football, basketball, hockey. You don't want them to be the cause of a different team winning. And this is what it's going to be.
That's also the human element. That's why, to me, I get it, but that's the human element.
There's so much failure of the human element as the umpires.
But are we putting more on the umpires, the officials, as opposed to the players and the coaches? Because how many
are actually painting the box? And that's all league. This is the whole thing. It ain't just about the Phillies. It's around.
No. I get where you're going into. I'm not talking about.
He is painting artwork. He is painting the box at 103 miles an hour, and this guy goes ball when it's a beautiful strike. It is artwork at its best. That's what it is. It's artwork.
But now you're justifying the reason for having a robotic umpire. What you're saying right now is you're justifying the reason for having a robotic umpire, and to me, you can't because
I'm not saying that, but the challenge is where you say, "Hey, you're wrong, ump. I'm just going to challenge you." Just like in football, when you think the referee is wrong, you throw out the red flag.
No, I get
In
it, but
basketball, you challenge it if you think the refs are wrong.
yes, you can challenge it, and I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, like to what Blaze was saying, in a few years, you're going to have a robotic umpire as
But then
opposed
you're
to
not
some.
gonna no, but that's not it because you didn't have a. You're not gonna have a robotic in football. You're not gonna have a robotic friggin' in basketball, and you're not having it in friggin' hockey.
But you're saying your argument is about the pitcher getting the pitch
Doing
the
artwork.
pinch. Now, how many pitches? Now we see pitchers throw 100 pitches in a game.
Yes.
Just one pitcher. So now you're talking about 100 pitches. So of those, let's just say they get.
They should have 2 challenges.
I'm not
per
talking about
play.
the challenges. I'm not talking about. See, that's the thing. I'm not talking about the challenges. That's why I said robotic umpires. That's what Blaze just said. He said behind the plate, we're going to end up with robotic umpires.
I think you're going to have robotic umpires. I think you're just going to have a challenge.
We're not talking about challenges. Take the challenge out of the equation. Let's not even talk about that. I agree. The challenge is different. That's why I'm saying, like Blaze was saying, he was talking about the robotic umpire. That's my concern, not the challenge.
Well,
I'm cool with challenge.
The robotic umpire is not going to happen. You're not going to have that. There's no way. The umpire union is too big. You're not going to have it.
I hope you're right about
Baseball, we got sued so bad that they will crumble. Okay? Because the umpire union is so big, they will sue Major League Baseball, and Major League Baseball will never be able to come up with that much money.
Yeah, I hope you're right, bro.
There won't be, that's saying robotic. It's not going to go robotic. You're going to always still have umpires. You're going to have more challenges. And I'm not saying there's going to be robots. I'm just saying challenges.
Yeah, the challenge, I get with the challenge. I get it. That part is it's like football. Like we're accustomed to that. So that part I'm with.
Right. It's not robotic. We're not going robotic.
Yeah, and that was my whole point.
No, that'll never happen.
The computer play. No, I get where you're going, Blaze. You know, and that was my only thing to me. The ref and the umpires are those to help regulate the game. Yes, they are. They are. Look, I've been a football referee. I've done it a couple of times. Blaze, you want a robotic girlfriend? And Nick, sorry. Nick, to answer your question, yes, I saw your question earlier, so I don't want you to think I forgot about it or I ignored it. I did bring it up.
I was on a rant. I'm sorry. What was this question?
Oh, Nick, he said our show should be on ESPN. He wasn't blowing smoke up our backside. That he feels that here it is right here. This show needs to be on ESPN or CBS. Seriously, I'm not blowing smoke up your hind parts. You guys together is truly. So yeah, no, we appreciate you guys. So this is why we do this show. We love it, and we're giving you our perspective. So and you guys are a part of this too. So you guys are contributing. This is a great discussion. Think about this. We normally don't talk almost an hour on baseball. Yeah, we're sitting here for almost an hour talking about baseball, so that's great. So
I love baseball, though. I mean,
yeah, I know.
It's just great.
Umpires, ball strikes, call accurate. It's estimated around 94% of the 2000 error rate. See, that's where I was going. Where if you have a 6% error rate, it's kind of hard to get it out of baseball, or any sports. I mean, as much as I argue or complain about referees in football, do you know how many times that they're actually right? And then we go to slow-mo, and we're like, oh, they were right. They were right. These guys are really good. Now, Blaze, you made it good.
Those umpires got to get the credit for it because how fast it is in time. Yeah. But when they're like, if you're going to cost the game, you're going to cost the game. It's a problem.
Blaze, yo, Blaze. That's a good one. A robotic girlfriend won't cheat on you and do whatever you want. Just saying.
More blood, more running now. Why am I taking that far, please? All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a
Oh
good
my
one.
lord.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So
Please got some of these guys thinking in the freaking chat now.
yeah, this is all over. You can disagree, but we have fun. Yeah, well, exactly. So what's up? This is halftime.
Yeah, yeah, you're talking
Appreciate
about
you.
bodyguards in here. Yes.
Yeah, yo. But yo, I mean, this was a great debate, and
Yes,
I
it
loved
is a
it.
great debate. It's
So
fun too.
exactly. So thank you, and you see our passion. So for baseball, for sports in general. So, but we're gonna move on, and we're gonna talk about basketball. There you go. It was posed about you know training camp just started. We've gone through the media access and all that, but now training camp has started. Um, and my question is, how confident in your team's success, seasonal success? Now, I know you said you had a rant, so um, you
Wow.
got it, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead with it.
How come the Sixers can't be healthy from Jump Street? You don't know how many games Embiid's gonna play. You don't know about Paul George. Now, Darren McCain is injured, and he apparently really messed up his ligaments in his thumb and his palm to his hand. So he needs surgery on that. Like, people keep on saying that our team's gonna be fine. Our team's gonna be fine if we can stay healthy. The problem is, it's if. People keep on throwing that word out. If. Problem is, we never can stay healthy. You never can stay healthy. One time, can we just be healthy? It ain't like you're really doing that much in practice. But no, we can't. That's what's wrong with the Sixers. They just never can stay healthy. There's always something going down. Always. This team, it aggravates so much how bad they can't stay healthy. I just don't understand. Like, I get it. Shit happens. People get hurt. I get it. But people gotta stop saying we're gonna be a playoff team and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that and we're gonna win a chip. We can't even stay healthy. And you're like, oh, if we can stay healthy, we're gonna win a chip. They don't even know when Embiid's gonna play. They have already just discussed they don't know when the man is going to play. You don't know if Paul George is going to want to do his freaking podcast or play a game. Now you got Kyle Lowry. He wants to be a freaking sports announcer. I'm going to play basketball, but I'm going to also do sports announcing. I got to look for another development to find out what I'm going to do for a job when I retire. You shouldn't be on this team then if you want to do that. That's the problem with this team. They're looking for Now you got Kyle Lowry. He don't even want to be here. He wants to go do something else. This team is just... It boggles my mind how people can say you're a playoff team when this team is in their mind is not set to be a playoff team. I'm done my rant. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, not a problem, man.
It just boggles my mind.
No, I get you. I understand where you're going and the thoughts there about the Sixers. The health is a viable concern with all teams. And that, you can make that argument for all your teams. It doesn't matter. I mean, which and people are going to hate me for saying this, but which is why that LeBron James is such a marvel. Because of what he's done throughout the years and, the way he takes care of his body. You can hate on him all you want, but how many seasons has he missed in comparison to a guy like Kevin Durant? How many seasons in Kyrie Irving? You can go down the list with guys in the NBA who's missed time because of injuries.
Right.
So, I get where you're. I'm sorry?
More healthier than a lot of people.
Exactly. So, Arku says he's always confident about his Thunder. So, Knicks and Sixers, Eastern Conference Finals, if healthy. So, there you go.
I'm not healthy.
So, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming any games today. So, after this, I might just want to sit back and just watch games as a fan. So, we'll see, Dave. I'm not sure. So,
this woman called me negative Nancy.
Yeah, she called you negative Nancy. So, you tell Mrs. Halftime why I think your team won't be healthy. Blaze, I will say this, man. When you're starting out already,
dude, they don't know when the beat's gonna play.
That's
they literally said they don't know when he's gonna play.
Yeah. So, but injuries are a part of the game also. That's where your management comes into play in your roster construction. Do you get enough guys to come in and hold the fort until your superstars get back? I mean, to be honest, that's the truth.
It is the mentality.
Doesn't mean the same what happened this year. No, and you're right. Is healthy. He's saying they're all healthy. I don't know. You guys know more about the Sixers.
Listen, there was just a report that they don't know when Embiid's going to play and how many he's going to play. But I know. I'm not good with my so.
All right, Blaze, you suckered me. I'm going to do it. I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to do it. Now you got
going down the rabbit hole.
Check your hold a minute. This thing didn't work right. All right. Check your DM on Instagram. Blaze. Come on up. Come on, let's talk about your Sixers now. I'm done with your rant halftime. Don't worry, I can get you going. Yeah. I don't have a problem with the Thunder. So this team is a culture for a reason.
Hey, listen.
I will say this, Arku. I will say this. Your team, you're right. It's a cult. It's the building culture. But it's not like y'all have been winning championships for the past 3 to 5 years now. It's only one. Y'all got one. I give you that. I respect you guys. But you lose an injury to Shea, because I know what the halftime is talking about. You lose Shea for the season, that changes your whole team. Y'all have talent, but do you think you would be a NBA championship contending team in the West? All them teams? LeBron is taking space steroids. No, Blaze, you gotta get your ass up here for this one, bro. Nah, space steroids. Come on, man. Come on. If he was taking space steroids, believe you me, he'd patent that and sell it and just get out there to the Exactly. Please, my old broke down ass would love to have that space steroids right now.
Give it to me. Signed, sealed, and delivered. I'll take it.
Yeah, I get you with Chet. That's why I said Shea. Because I'm comparing him. I'm putting him on the same status as LeBron and KD. That's my point. And what Curry with Golden State. Shea is now in that status. Denver with the Joker. You lose those guys, it changes the whole dynamic of your team. Mitch says halftime is negative Nancy. So one injury to a thumb and the team is falling apart. So what's up, Cave? Hey, what's up, bro? Appreciate you, man. Definitely y'all tap into the man cave. Does a lot of niche stuff. So I'm gonna touch on that in 1 second. One quote I remember. The sum isn't the whole parts. Yeah, you're right. It isn't. But when you have your superstar pulls a lot of more weight than you realize. Can't join, but thanks. Doing well. Okay, no problem, bro. Appreciate you. So, but Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the Knicks. And there's excitement in Knicks land with a lot of Knicks fans. Um, the one thing that we're hearing is spacing, pace, in comparison to last year and the years past. That's one of the things Mike Brown is bringing. He's talked about it. Um, um, Brunson has talked about it. Cat has talked about it. Bridges has just talked about it the past couple of days. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Now, Mike Brown has stressed it's going to take time. And that's one of the things that I have been saying. It won't surprise me if the Knicks start off a little bit slow. Now, I'm not talking about say they start out 1-10. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you're talking about, let's just say out of 10 games, let's just say they're 6-4, it's not the end of the world. You know, he even said, give them 20. No, he didn't say it. I'm sorry. Knicks Fan TV said it. He said 20, 30 games, they should start to come around and get acclimated to what Mike Brown wants them to do and where it's going. So I'm interested to see, and being that they're in the East, yes, you do have Orlando. You got to respect Orlando. You got to respect Detroit. They're young and up and coming teams. So the Knicks will go to the finals this year because Halftime didn't pick them. So,
You're probably right, Blaze.
Is this time of year fall or autumn? So, is it either or? No, they're both the same thing to me. Fall is autumn, and autumn is fall. So it's not fall and winter. It's not autumn and winter. It's fall and autumn. So, but I get where you're going, Arku. So I'm just saying, like with Shea, you lose him, it's like with the Knicks. If we lose Brunson, yeah, we have some talent behind him, but no one can do what Brunson can do. For the Thunder, you don't have guys on that team that can do what Shea can do.
Look at the Rockets.
Yeah.
Didn't they lose
Fred VanVleet? Yep. They don't have
that's a big piece to lose.
Yeah, it is. So
listen, that's a major piece to lose for the Rockets. And if people are going to sit there and say, well, we'll still be all right, we're still going to win it all, then you're sadly mistaken. In my opinion, but that's just me. The injury bug gets to everybody. I get it.
Definitely do. So, sorry, I was looking at the score update real quick. Okay, so it's going to be interesting. Like I said, with the Knicks, definitely going to be interesting. One of the things that I've seen with the Knicks that they showed practice video. We haven't in Knicks land, we've never seen that. They were doing suicides. And every Knicks fan was saying, what? The Knicks are doing suicides? And Mike Brown has control like that? And it's like, yeah, he does. He has control like that. So Fred VanVleet is a massive. Exactly. That's the point. There's certain players that are, for what they bring, it's a massive loss. So Hess and Magic are good, but they ain't ready. Cavs maybe, and still don't think so. It's Knicks conference to win. Bucks and Pacers will still contend. Should be interesting. Sixers all the way. So there you go. So the East is going to be. It's not like the West. The West you have. I mean, legitimately, we could probably sit here and look at the West. And matter of fact, let me bring that up. Let me see if we can take a look at the West and go through the teams out there. So let's just say, argument's sake, standing. And can we? I can't pull up. So based on last year, all right. So these are the teams from last year, their standings. But if you take a look, Oklahoma City, you could say is going to contend. The Rockets are probably going to contend. Lakers are so-so. Denver's going to contend. Clippers so-so, but they're still in contention. Minnesota, Golden State. Memphis is okay. We'll see. what's going to happen with the Mavericks. So San Antonio is a sneaky. It's interesting for me. Are they going to be down in the bottom tier, or are they going to be pushing for it in the top 10, top 8? As opposed to the East, when we were just talking about the East, like right now, Cleveland, yes. The Knicks, I get you. Boston, big injury to Tatum. Indiana, Halliburton is out. Milwaukee with the trade of Dane now. How's that team? Detroit is going to be there. Are they pushing for the top 2? Like Blaze is saying, Orlando. What's up with Atlanta?
The Pistons just lost their guy. Right?
Yeah.
Last year, so he's going to be out. I mean, there's a lot of injuries.
No, what I'm saying is in terms of positioning and who can contend right away. So, yeah, the Pistons are going to be a dark horse. So now, how does their reconstruction? Because they lost Hardaway Jr. and who's the other one they lost? What's his name? Schroeder. So those are wildly veterans. So who did they bring in? Thunder should, but don't count out the Nuggets. No, I don't. The Wolves, even the Warriors, Lakers can do exactly. That's my point. In the West, it's a lot tougher when you lose a key player as opposed to the East, because it's so wide open. Now, if Boston was at full bore, and if the Pacers were at full bore, it would be a different story for me. I'm going to be honest with you. It would be a lot tougher. But there's a lot of injuries in the East that have affected teams. So, you think it's just the Nuggets? You don't think Minnesota can be that threat? You don't think Houston can be a threat with KD over there now? I mean, once they get their point guard situation solidified, because you're basically saying it's just a 2-team race out West.
No.
Literally, that's what you're saying. And I'm like, no, I think it's more than 2 teams. Like I said, we could sit here.
There's more than just 2 teams.
I mean, if we go and we take a look, let me bring back up the West. Hold on a second. Let me bring back up the West. All right. So if we take a look at the West, I mean, Oklahoma City, yeah. Houston, I think is, yeah. The Lakers, yeah. Denver. Minnesota, I think can be. The Clippers are funny. They have the talent, but are they ready to implode with all the drama that's supposedly going on over there? Like I said, San Antonio, they're young, they have talent. What type of level can what's his name take his game to? What's his name? Frenchie. Why am I forgetting his name? I didn't smoke anything today. So, what's the French guy who just number 1 overall draft pick they drafted a couple years ago? Wemby. Thank you, Blaze. So I think they could make they could really push some teams. Are they ready to say fight for a championship? No, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were 5 out West. It wouldn't. So won't get they. Like I said, Arku, they have the talent. They have the coaching.
Arku, people are gonna come for you in the worst way. They got you guys circled.
Yes.
If you won the chip, they're gonna come at you with everything they have. They're gonna throw the kitchen sink at you. Because guess what? They're gonna prove that, hey, to ourselves we can beat you, and that's what they're gonna try to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you got confidence because your team won, and you should say it with your chest.
Yes.
But they're gonna come with you. They're gonna throw everything at you like the kitchen sink, buddy. These guys are not playing around. Because they had to prove to themselves they can beat the champs.
It's always it's harder when you are the hunted as opposed to being the hunter.
The hunter. Yep.
So Um, will they still be a top team? Yes. Will it surprise me if they make it back to the finals? No, it's not going to surprise me. In a sense, I can accept it being expected, but teams are going to come a lot harder for you now because you're the champs. That's the whole point. You are the champs.
It's like in football. Everybody is circling around the Eagles to try to knock us off the block because we won the Super Bowl. So everybody is saying, "Hey, we got to go in Philly, or the Philly's going to come here to beat us, and we got to beat them."
So let's see. Prestige says his press conference. We got to continue to get better. Yes, of course, that's standard. The time to turn the page and have the same mindset. Yes, the harder you come, the better. Some say yes. So, but there you have it. The NBA is here, so we're ready for it. I know Mitch is so excited. So, he's already talking about doing preseason games. So, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to a little bit of the NFL. And I'm going to start with the Eagles. All right. Last weekend, the field goal blocking score. First of all, at halftime, how big of a win was that for the Eagles in beating the Rams last week?
That was a huge win, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the Rams are good. Not taking nothing from the Rams. They were handing us our ass. We were losing. Second half, we came back, and we're down by. We get up. And we're only down. We're only up by like 1, I believe. And they have a chip shot field goal. Now, you might see one blocked field goal in one game. I don't remember 2 blocked field goals in one game. So, I mean, this was a huge win. They said, you know what? Special teams is going to win this game. This is how you know you're a full team. When are you, all right, if your offense can't do it and your defense can't do it, and it comes down to special teams, normally you just hawk it up and you give in. No, the Eagles said no. We're a full team here. It ain't just offense. It's just not defense. What about us, special teamers? And we're going to block 1 field goal. No, you know what? We got to block another one. We're going to block it and run it in for a touchdown. That's a full team. That's a full team game right there. And that's how I looked at that game. And it was huge. It made us different than other teams. Because we got a full team.
Do you think that helped, in a sense, wake the team up, or do you just think that
I'm hoping, because we really did not show up in the first half of that game. We looked really bad. We only wanted to run the ball, not throw it at all. I mean, we looked bad.
Blaze says the Eagles are the luckiest team in the NFL. They could easily be 0-3 with a few plays going the other way. Just saying, they ain't destroying anyone, but a win is a win. So is that a fair statement?
No.
Are there plays that could have easily gone?
They do what they have to do to win the game.
So
that's how you should. If you're a champion, that's what you got to do. Whatever you got to do to win the game. If it's your offense that wins you the game, if it's a defense and friggin' there's an interception that wins you the game. If you have special teams that wins you the game.
Well, special teams are important, to all phases of football. Most the average fan, they don't care about special teams, but really, if you're on a football team, if you're in that organization, you know how important special teams are. It's 1/3 of your game. It really is. Because we always say in as a coach, with every offense, we should always end with a kick. Whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point kick, we should be kicking. We don't want to get turnovers, and you don't want TOD, turnover on downs. You don't want those two.
Yep.
You want to end up with some type of a kick. A punt at least will change the flip the field. Field goal is points spent on the board, and the extra point means you scored a touchdown, so that's just the extra point you're adding on to the touchdown. So, that's the same. So that's why it's important. Don't forget your kickoff, and then the return game. The return game changes the whole dynamic, and then just like you said, the blocks. Field goal and punt blocks. It energizes the team.
Yeah,
I can tell you from experience. And if you get multiple in the game, come on. If you're on the other side, you're frustrated. You start to get a little demoralized. You're starting to say, "What the hell is going on?" And I didn't tell you earlier.
Beat this team.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Because you're saying, and here's the thing. Let me be honest with you. There are some teams that put more emphasis on specials than other teams.
Yes.
So they just take it as a casual type of a thing because it's there, and they just figure we're going to get through it, as opposed to, what, let's scheme up. Let's see if we can do certain things. Watch field goal blocks. Sometimes you'll see teams. It's not just the man's lined up in this gap and he's pushing and jumping and trying to block the kick. Sometimes they're schematically. These guys will slant this way while this guy loops around and comes up the alley to block the kick. It's little things like that the casual fan, you don't see it. You don't really see it. You're looking at the snap, you're looking at the kicker, and you're seeing if the kick gets off. But now if you watch the line of scrimmage, sometimes you're going to see that. You'll just see little things like that. So my point after 3 games, they have not imposed or dominated at all. That's all. They were close to losing all 3, but a win is a win, and I get it. So, offense is glory.
That's just the heart of it.
What'd you say, halftime?
That's just the heart of it. It's showing you a full team.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You got beat, but it took the special teams that said, "No, we're not doing that. We're gonna do it." Coach, I can't remember in one game. 2 block field goal.
No, I get you. You're right. You don't normally see that. And that's the thing. And the casual fan, because they don't normally see it. So when it happens, it's surprising. But what we're saying is that's a big part of the game. And to what Blaze is saying, previously, whenever Philly was playing, you were thinking they're going to beat up on everyone. Where now it's you're coming back down to the pack. Whatever reason.
On the kitchen sink at us because we won the Super Bowl and everybody wants us our head on the plate.
Yeah, and that's the point. So Philly fans just see it through, in my opinion. But y'all barely beat Dallas, and Dallas does suck. So Jordan fans are the worst sports fans of all time. Of all time, see, and I'm Captain Literal. My kids will tell you that. I'm going to say no, they're not. No, they're not. Of all time, I'm sorry. What other team used to have a jail in their own stadium?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
The Eagles were the first team to have a jail in the thing. You know who was second?
Who?
It was the Raiders.
Yeah, so
the Raiders, they didn't have, the Eagles had a courtroom that the damn judge would be there every game. I'm just saying. I mean, the Eagles had a judge. Right then, as the game is going on, they had a judge there to say, "You're guilty. You're an idiot. You're guilty. You drunk." In the jail cell.
Now, I will say this. I'm an old guy, so, I can go back to, the Steelers of the 70s and watching them with my dad. So I've seen a lot of fans. That's why I say that, and the Universe Galaxy, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, brother, I don't know who you are, so I'm going to check out your channel maybe at another time. Once I'm comfortable. I'm just going to be honest with you, brother. Or ma'am, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're a male or female, so I don't want to discriminate. I'm going to do my research on you, and in the future, we can probably have open discussions when we do open it up in the future. As long as Halftime will be comfortable in the future, because we'll talk about stuff like that. But I'm going to be honest. And I'm a Knicks fan, so I hate Jordan. So he's ripped my heart out so many times. But to say they're the worst fans of all time, all I can say is there's a lot of Jordan fans.
I would have to say, listen, back in the day, the Eagles were pretty damn bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
Listen, even my brothers, when they wanted to take me, this is what I'm telling you. Don't bring your kids to an Eagles game.
You couldn't even wear.
He knows how to throw his hand. Don't bring your kid to an Eagles game. That's what I was taught in the 70s. I was taught in the 70s. Yo, you know how to throw your hands? Because you might have to.
See, you're saying Michael Jordan fan. I will say this. I remember a time when everybody loved Jordan in the late 80s into the early 90s. Because the hated team was the Boston Celtics. See, that's why it's like, I get where you're coming from when you talk about fandoms, and you can prove whatever, you can bring whatever you want and say this is proof. It's the acceptance of what you say is proof. And that's why
the Boston had the loudest mouth.
Mm-hmm.
They ran their mouth so much. I would have to go Boston. I remember Boston running their mouth too much. And
whoa. Again, see, like I said, I don't know you. You don't know me. You just said you seem to think the way they do, and it seems like you do. So if you're talking about me, I am not a Bulls fan. I am not a Michael Jordan fan. I just told you. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. No. But, and I know plenty of Bulls fans. I got Bulls fans in my family. They're not the worst. I got Eagles fans in my family. I've coached dozens of Bulls and Eagles fans, and I'm telling you from my personal experience. That's why I say your proof has to be an acceptance. So it's not a way that I think. I'm just going based on my experience, my life experiences. I'm almost 60 years old, sir, or ma'am. So how can you tell me that I'm thinking like other people? I think for myself. I'm an educated man. I know how to think for myself, sir. So that's why I said respectfully, I have to do my research on you because I don't know who you are. And if you can't respect that, then kindly just remove yourself. I'm sorry. So as we go on, I mean, when the first thing I see on your channel is debating Jordan fans on just about everything. Nah. So let's get back to the discussion on the Eagles. So this week, who do you guys have this week?
Atlanta Falcons. Oh, I'm sorry, Tampa Bay. Sorry.
Oh no, that's going to be a tough one.
No, they don't have Mike Evans. Mike Evans is out, and what'd you call it's hurt. Quarterback. Goddamn brain part.
Oh, Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield's hurt with something wrong with his muscle in his throwing arm.
Yeah, but their defense though is tough.
Listen, Jalen Hurts has this circled down, coach. He says, I am going to finally beat the goddamn Tampa Bay. Because everybody says Tampa Bay got Jalen Hurts' number. And Jalen Hurts got his number now.
Let's clarify something. He's Philly halftime.
I'm Philly halftime.
I'm Coach Ed, the one who was just speaking. It even says it right behind me. So I don't know why you're calling me Philly. I said I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Giants fan. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a New York sports fan. I don't know where you're calling me Philly from.
I'm Philly halftime.
You didn't say anything. I did. I even said I have to discuss this with halftime. So if this is your first time here, thank you for coming through. But I think there's a mistake, a misinterpretation of who's speaking. So there you go. So I won't believe that Mayfield is hurt in mind. I'm sorry. Coach Ed is on the here. There you go. So yeah, you guys have Tampa Bay. So you're playing in Tampa Bay, right?
Yes.
So and I still like their defense. I really do. I know they struggled with the Jets. But some of that was, their mistakes. I do think that game, because I did rewatch it or had to look at the replay. And it's not like the Jets totally dominated them or we're really playing with them. So, they just got energies flowing through their team, and there you go. So, he's on halftime channel. It's all good. He's on like Mike. He's allowed to. No, I understand he's not allowed to like Mike. That's fine, but don't tell me that I'm thinking like Bulls fans, because you don't know me. You do, Blaze. You know how I think, but I don't know who he is. That's why I said I'm not bringing him on here. I don't know who he is. I have to do my research on who this dude is, or lady, whoever this person is. So, but yeah, you guys playing down there, and haven't they always played you guys tough?
Yes. So, and they got Jalen Hurts' number. Jalen Hurts always loses.
So that's why it's like, all right, and Todd Bowles
said Jalen Hurts circled his name. Here it is. Here's Tampa Bay, and they're on my shit list.
Okay,
it's gonna be an interesting game, Coach.
Yes.
But guess what? Jalen Hurts said like this: "I'm coming after you."
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like, there you go. It is.
But hey, the champ is here, right? The champ is here,
and they're gonna win. And everybody's gonna go. But 0-4.
But remember,
this wouldn't happen, and that wouldn't happen. That's all it's gonna be.
Don't forget, there was a time that everyone thought Mike Tyson was never unbeatable, and what did Buster Douglas do to him?
Yep.
Buster Douglas.
Douglas. Buster Douglas. Everybody's like, this gonna be an easy one for Mike Tyson. He looking up at the lights going, where's Tweety Bird? Why is Tweety Bird following me around?
Exactly. You guys, yeah, better hope he does it. So halftime is a mix of Kirk. Should be a good game. No. Yeah, I will say that it should be a definitely a good game. So, and Baker Mayfield, I gotta see, because Mayfield, he's sneaky good, man. Because when he first came in with Cleveland,
you got a team around him now.
Yes, but Mike Evans is a big factor. I will give you that. So but we're going to see. You guys, your defense still is young. You don't have the vets there to kind of pick you up. And that's a big thing. So got talent.
Picked on like no tomorrow.
Yes.
Exactly. They are on that dude. They like, people are licking their chops. You put that dumb hombre in, we're licking our chops. This dude is just too easy to pick on. And they're picking on him bad.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
that's why we got rid of his dumb ass.
All right, I'm gonna hit you guys.
Happy for him. No,
I'm gonna hit you guys before I get to the pitiful Giants. Oh God, I'm gonna hit y'all with the question of the day. All right, now I showed halftime, so I know I had him thinking a little bit. So
you did.
So But the question of the day: which is scarier, alien life or universal loneliness, and why? All right, go ahead, halftime. You start.
I guess it'd be universal. Lonely in life, there's nothing around you, and you gotta defend for yourself, and you don't know what's out there and all. So I guess it would be like that. Alien life to me is, you know, exciting. Yeah, if you go like, if you're saying, here it comes, here's a spaceship, and here comes an alien, and he pops up in your backyard, you're not going to find that a little bit exciting? You're lying. But if you're on your own and just wandering around and trying to defend for yourself, trying to figure out what you're going to eat, and there's nothing out there, a little bit different. So, but if you're going to sit there and tell me you're now listen, is it a scary one? Are you scared of the aliens, or are you scared of what's going to happen? Kind of a thrilling thing if an alien popped in your backyard and said, yo, ET phone home. I don't know. I kind of want to meet the guy. I'm going to shake his fucking hand. I ain't scared of that. That would not bother me. That's potato.
Okay. I see you went with that one. That's cool. Eagles 1977 says alien life scares me. Mike Greens, they have laser beams. I'm scared. See, you guys are probably watch Mars Attacks. So that's the thing you're thinking about. They come in with hurrah, and
yeah, we're gonna kill you all.
And all of a sudden they pull out the weapons and start pulverizing. Or what's the one with Will Smith? Will Smith, Independence Day. So I get it.
Attack of the Killer Clowns.
Yes, I mean,
watching.
we can go all the way back, but here's the thing: universal loneliness is probably, to most people, you don't realize, because when you say universal loneliness, remember, think about it. There's no people around. There's no animals. Think about that. Universal loneliness.
There's no
you're
animals.
Just there walking around and you're existing.
Yeah.
You don't have anybody you just have your mind to think about. Because sometimes, think about it, when we overthink things or we create things in our head, at least we can talk to somebody who can talk us off the ledge.
This son said these people were thinking about Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the movie.
Yes.
Fucking shot up with cotton candy.
Exactly. But he said, bring on the aliens. I've lived a long, fruitful life. I'm ready. So, but when you're by yourself, when the dude's coming out of this ship and his head is bigger than my mouth, so, to me, it's the loneliness. And I'm an introvert. I'm fine, being by myself for the most part. But I still have people. Look, we have this medium, so I'm not alone. I can pick up the phone, call my moms, my pops, my kids, my siblings. So. That's a different discussion.
There's sometimes that you always want to be alone. But if you're trying to say defend and try to figure out where your next meal's coming, and you had to go and you don't know what animal's there to kill. You don't know what the animal is. Now
there are no animals.
Even if there's an animal.
Exactly.
It's cutting this all out. It's like, no, you gotta go hunt.
Remember, it's a universal loan. So this is the whole universe as well as here. There's no body.
You go to Jupiter, you go to Pluto. You don't know you go to the Milky Way. You don't know.
There's nothing and no one. There are no aliens. There's nobody. There's just you, and you're walking, and there's nothing. Like when I saw this question, I was just like, and Mitch, I get you. I know, I understand. There are people that don't believe in aliens, and that's fine. So, but the question is, if there are you afraid of alien life,
Yeah.
or universal
It
loneliness.
is. Are you afraid of?
So, and that's the point. It's the universal loneliness is just like, wow, you don't live where you think about it. You don't have your homes, you don't have cars, because who's going to create that? Who's going to build that?
Yep.
I
There
mean,
ain't no grocery stores.
hey, wait a minute. There is no money. There is no need for money. What is money for? To trade and barter. Well, who are you trading and bartering for? There is no money.
There ain't nobody out there.
So take that out the equation. So, I mean, think about it. You don't even have.
When you came up with this one, I was like, wait a minute. You had me thinking. I'm like, dude, there's no money. You don't have to go to work.
Nope.
Get me wrong. You tell me I ain't got to work no more. I'm signed, sealed, delivered. You call me up. I'm there.
Think about it. Now, if you're lonely, at least you can walk around butt naked if you like walking around butt naked. So you ain't got to worry about offending anybody. So,
where's your next meal coming from?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
gotta eat. You're a human.
I think you're going to have food. I'm going to put that on the. You're going to sustain. You're going to have some form of sustenance to be able to exist. But the question is, if you're out there by yourself, like there's going to be trees you can walk and pick a fruit off or eat your fruit, whatever, veggies, whatever. So, but other than that, we are not alone.
Yeah, the 3-yard atlas, it's coming.
Think about it, man. There's no need for the internet. There's no TV. There's no cell phones. No music. I
don't think I can go without music.
But think about it. You might, all right, maybe you hum something in your head, or you create your own music. So maybe you create your own. But
I guess I can sing to myself. But
but really,
like music.
Who's going to create the electric guitar? Because you're probably not thinking about that. Who's going to make the piano, the drums? It's like universal loneliness. Because once you start thinking about that takes away pretty much everything that we've ever had. Lights.
Yep.
Because does that mean you're creating lights?
Yeah.
It's like you start to see.
You gotta go and create fire everywhere, and I would just walk around with a torch.
It's like that's why I'm saying.
That flame's about to go out. You better make another one real fast so you can light that one.
The truth is out there.
It's a little complicated, ain't that?
Oh, it's like okay, and I get with the alien parts. I get it. Like I said, I used to watch them scary sci-fi movies from the 1950s, the 1940s. It's like, all right, but now it's like,
yeah, they land in my backyard, and I go up and knock on the door. What you doing?
It's like,
that's it.
Yeah, it's and like I said, I like to be alone. I do. I like my loneliness. I still gotta have time to talk to somebody, and as a man, sometimes you like the ladies, there ain't no more ladies.
That's what you I'm like,
wait a minute. No ladies, because
the ladies is the issue. I'm not a damn alien anymore. If I didn't have the ladies, I'd have to say, time for me to go.
Yeah, so it's like that's why I said this question when I saw it was just like, yo, this is deep. This is because I was sitting there thinking, and I sat and I thought about this for like 30 minutes. Just okay, well, I wouldn't have this, I wouldn't have that. Got the aliens. I'm thinking about all the alien shows that I've seen in my lifetime and all this and that. And it's like, all right, Mike. Wow. How the women are aliens.
Now women are aliens? Oh, damn.
Well, a woman might say the man, they might think that you're an alien. So, which is it? So, but yeah, seriously, man, this, like I said, this question really had me think, which is why I said, yo, I like this one. I think this one. No, we know it's a jokes. We get it. We're all here laughing. I get it, Mike. You're good,
it's
bro.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
No,
That's what I said.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
There's a woman saying you were men are
yeah, exactly.
You're the fucking weirdo.
Exactly. So but seriously, it's like when you sit and you think about that, it's like, wow, this is a deep question. Because and all jokes aside, you all have your opinion and there's no right or wrong to this question. It really isn't.
Right.
So hey, some of you, the aliens, okay, you're out. I respect that. Is Mrs. Halftime in the alien halftime? So,
you're not gonna get me in trouble for calling this goddamn alien.
Bro, she's probably gonna be asking you that off shit.
In trouble for that shit.
She gonna ask you that and nag you off the camera. So what's your answer?
Yeah. Yeah, how come you didn't answer that? What the fuck?
Exactly.
I'm gonna get on the camera. You know what? That's kind of rude. You didn't answer that question.
Exactly.
Here's Miss Heather. Mitch wants to know if you're an alien. And she said yes. There you go. I didn't say that, Jay.
So
you didn't hear that shit from me. I ain't gonna be out fucking taking a nap and then she had a Brian Brand on over my head saying I'm an alien. I ain't getting that.
Oh man. So yeah, but there you go. That was a great question. Great answers by all of you guys. Seriously. Thank you for contributing. So what she said?
Dad wants to know, let everybody know she don't beat me.
No, we know.
You gotta stop telling people I beat you.
No, I mean it's like the cartoon. It's like the cartoon characters with the little frying pan. We get it.
They gotta know it's a joke.
Yeah. So, and here's the last topic of the day. The Giants lose to KC. How bad was Russell Wilson? Now Jackson Dart is set to make his first start. Will he spark the team? Will Dable make it to the end of the season? And how many wins can Dart lead the Giants to? So we're going to start with Russell Wilson. How bad do you think he was?
Your little rant there, Coach. How pissed for you about your kicker?
Here's the thing.
Really
first and foremost, I didn't watch any sports last weekend. I was not feeling well. So I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch college football last weekend. I didn't watch the NFL. I had to go and I had to rewatch. So initially, I didn't learn about that until I started watching and skipping through everything. So when I first saw that, I was like, what the hell is going on? This is not the first time this has happened with this team. And then I'm like, oh gosh, here we go with this dumbass. So yeah, I'm blaming Brian Dable. Those who don't know, I do not like this guy. I don't think he and the GM should have been back. So I just want to preface that so you guys understand where I stand. Now, in watching the game, Russell Wilson had a terrible game. Because after the previous week, we all thought, okay, he's back a little bit. Did I expect 400 yards? No. But at 250, yeah, all right, 260, something like that, 2 touchdowns, interception. Yeah, Casey coming in because they're struggling a little bit. I thought, okay, maybe
against you.
Yeah, I thought it could go back and forth a little bit. But then that last series, and you're in the red zone, and you're not even giving your teammates a chance to catch the damn ball. I usually try to give players the benefit of the doubt, especially when you're veterans. And I'm like, yo, he looked like he was straight up scared, like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what the hell? You should be better than that. So it's
going now on fourth down when you should be kicking it, and then you find out your kicker at the game is fucking not good to go. How do you not know your kicker is not good to go?
Mm-hmm.
There's a question.
No. It's not from what I heard, it happened pregame. That's what I heard. So I don't know how factual that is. So I couldn't attest to that. But all I can say is I was just like, damn, this is happening in the game, because we've had him go down pregame before, and you're kind of not prepared. So it was frustrating, but that was also a bad omen. That was an omen. I was like, okay, not a good look for the Giants. Not a good start. It's not going to be a good start. And then Russell Wilson, the way he performed was atrocious. Now, I will say this, with Jackson Dart, will he spark the team? I don't know. I'm going to say this, though. And I know there's Giants fans that want him out there, and I get it, and I'm fine with it. But I will say this. From the beginning of the season, when you made him number 2, I get it. He has to go in. I thought from the beginning of the season, he should have been number 3. Jameis Winston should have been number 2. Because if you're trying to win and develop the quarterback late in the season, if you want to put him in, different story. But now, Brian Daboll is your quarterback. It's what you drafted. It's who you wanted. Your whole career, to me, lies on this kid. And if he blows up, or if he doesn't perform, or if this team doesn't help him out, and he's running for his life, bye-bye. Bye-bye. And I'm going to say this. If they're struggling, and let's just say they lose the next couple, and they lose to the Saints, Brian Daboll is not going to last to the end of the season.
No.
He's not going to last to the end of the season.
I'll be honest with you. Like, didn't you think that he should have gone last year?
Yes.
With the
GM, yes.
GM, like when we got freaking Saquon Barkley, I definitely thought you guys were gonna fire them. Boom. They were on the hot seat with me. I fired them. I'm like, you don't go and get rid of Saquon Barkley, him become what he was with the Eagles and win a Super Bowl. It was unbelievable. So,
look,
I get your point.
I said Brian Daboll is not a head coach in 2023. In the middle of 2023, I said he's not a head coach. I can tell he's not. He's not. And and Mara, you don't want to make the change because you had fired coaches after 2 years with the previous 3 coaches. Well, I'm sorry, you should have made it 4. You should have made it 4. He should have been gone. And then you have Saquon, and now look at Indiana Jones, the joke, right? And if he continues to play well, but what happens is then you have all the players who leave this team: Xavier McKinney, Williams, who went to Seattle, Julian Love, who went to Seattle. You have all these quality players who go somewhere else, and they're doing well. Excuse me, that's player acquisition, that's player development, GM coaching. They should be gone.
Yep.
That's why the New York football Giants are a joke right now. They are. I hate saying this. I'm disgusted by this. I'm embarrassed by this, but it is the truth. And Giants fans who want to come at me, please do. Please do. Because we are. Now, you want to say,
I'm like, if you didn't lose your kicker, like, I'm like, you could have won that game if you had a kicker, coach. Because all he had to do was chip shot. If you had a kicker, you could have beat Kansas City.
Bro, I will say this. If we had an offensive coordinator with half a clue up his damn ass, we could have beaten Dallas and Kansas City.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, maybe even Washington. And anyone who thinks that Jackson Dart is going to energize this team, you really, really, really are cool. Because I've been here, I was watching, and then I stopped watching all the games so I could focus on you guys here. So I'm going to get into it, once I get off of here. So, because I want to see what my Scarlet Knights did. So, we'll see. So, and Mitch, in terms of DJ, the way he's been performing as of right now, after 3 games, yes. For the whole season, to be determined.
Yes.
It's still to be determined. Right now, right now, Indiana, the Colts, is in a weak division, a very weak division, because with Houston,
what I say,
with Tennessee,
what I say about the Houston Texans. What did I
Yes.
say about that?
Yes. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Everybody wants to get my thing. But Coach was here and he didn't like that. I said Houston Texans gonna be ass.
Yeah. I just
Are they 0-3, Coach?
think so. Yeah.
They 0-3, Coach.
Yeah. And you're playing in a bad division. That's
Yes.
the whole point. So
I said the team was gonna be the Colts. And Coach was like, "You're crazy. They got Danny."
because I had Daniel Jones. I was just like, yeah.
Yeah. Now you changed the name to Indiana Jones.
Yeah. So, you know,
People say I got bad takes. Well, take that one to the bank. Because once again, I'm right. Prove out that I'm right.
Look, bro. Let's temper it. We still have. There's only 3 games. They have another 14 to go.
Well, you know what's going to happen, Coach.
It's starting to look that way. So we're going to wait and see. But as far as Jackson Dart energizing his team and giving them a true spark, that's first of all, that's an indictment on your coaches, even more so. Because now you're telling me these players weren't playing for the coach, number one. Number 2, yes, Russell Wilson is bad. We can all, for the most part, we can agree on that. Number 3, then why the hell didn't we put, if you're telling me ownership prohibited him from getting in, then that's mismanagement. Where, look, if that's who he wanted, let him swing it and die with who he wanted. So there you go. I mean, and that's really what it boils down to. We got a battle of veterans tomorrow morning. Carson Wentz versus Aaron Rodgers. Woohoo!
Oh my God.
So,
but then again, Carson Wentz look good.
Hey, more power to you. Y'all want to get up and watch that? Go ahead. I'm not wasting my time. So,
I'll be off.
Sorry, Blaze.
I
Blaze.
ain't setting an alarm clock for it, but I'll be up.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll probably be up, but I'm not going to turn on my TV at 9 a.m. to watch that game. I'm just not. It's just not for me. So, and I do like the Steelers, but I don't like Aaron Rodgers. So that's even more the reasons why I'm not going to watch the game. So, but if Jackson Dart leads, if this team wins 2 games, 3 games, I don't think they're going to win more than 2 games, if that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't. I'm highly pessimistic with this team, and I just can't see it.
Are you going to be better than the Dallas Cowboys?
No.
Can you please say you're going to be better than Dallas Cowboys?
No.
So I can be right on that one.
No. You can be right, but I don't think they're going to be better than Dallas. I don't. Dallas has
got them better than Dallas.
I think Dallas has a better offensive coordinator than the New York Football Giants.
Oh,
that's the problem with Dallas is their defense. That's really what it boils down to. Yep. Offensively, they're better. So there you have it. So the Giants are going to have to. They have a lot to prove to me.
Who's the Giants?
Do I want my team to win? Yes. Please don't think I'm rooting for them to lose. No, I'm not. I right now I want Jackson Dart to lead this team and have them go undefeated and lead them to the Super Bowl. And then I'll backtrack on Dable, and you know what? I'll eat all my words. I won't kiss his ass. Don't ever ask me to do that. I still don't believe in him. But other than that, nah. But I just don't see it with this team. I don't. And it starts more. It's not even about Jackson Dart. It's more about the head coach. I do not trust this head coach. I do not believe in him. The coaching staff is an atrocity. You got Brian Dable. Since Wink Martindale has been throwing people under the bus. No, even before that. He blaming Daniel Jones. Always blaming everyone else.
Yeah.
The strongest evaluation is self-evaluation. Thank you, Coach.
I really think the GM and the coach of the Giants really should have been fired when they did that all-season video, like, going through and getting rid of Saquon Barkley for nothing and not getting nothing for him. And I think that was it. I think that
Nah,
really
even before that, bro.
broke the camel's back.
No, you should have paid Saquon and franchise, or not even re-sign Daniel Jones if that was the case. Let's be honest. Build around Saquon. See, the issue is this organization for the past 10 plus years, number one, has had a hard time building an offensive line. I can't understand. But when other teams in the league are doing well and evaluating the talent in the offensive line to bring them in and then to coach them up, I'm like, why is this franchise having a hard time doing it? But now this staff, and they were labeled, oh, these geniuses coming over from Buffalo and this and that, and
Yep. That's what I've been saying.
So I'm just, halftime is legendary. Okay, there you go. So, nah, these guys are buffoons.
I definitely thought you guys could have read up. What was that Hard Knocks thing that they did? When they about with Saquon Barkley, they were getting rid of people. I think that's what you guys should have, like, when that owner went there and said, "Hey, I'm gonna have heart competitions if we do this," and
he goes to Philly,
and this goes this way. Like, I put them on a high stand.
And that's even more the reason why you have a certain level of incompetence. I don't want to say incompetency, but buffoonery.
Yes,
at the ownership level. You don't want to make certain changes because of what has happened in the past. Nah, screw that, man. Make the change, man. Get some kahunas. Make the change. Do what everyone else is seeing across the spectrum. Now, I've been saying this for 2.5, almost 3 years, that Dable is not the head coach. And I've had people tell me that I don't know football. I don't know today's football. Let me rephrase it. Let me be accurate. I don't know today's football. No, I understand today's football. It's just that a lot of it is just straight ass. I'm sorry, it is. But how you run your team, and New York Giants fans, let's be brutally honest, okay? Flying planes over the stadium is not going to exact change. It's really not. You're just wasting your money and putting your money in the airplane company. You want to exact change? Don't go to the game. Don't turn the TV on and watch the games. Don't buy merchandise. Hit them where it hurts the most, in their pockets. You hurt an owner's pockets more than anything, you will get your change faster than you realize.
Yep.
But no, because of the PP, whatever, the PCLs. I'm sorry?
Eagles fans done it for years.
Yes.
We had blackouts. They called it blackouts, Coach. Where they wouldn't put it on TV because nobody would come to the game.
Games, exactly. Don't, but because you're so invested in your team and you love your team so much and you have to watch.
Yep.
So you have to throw your money away.
Yep.
Okay, so you go to a store and if a store is raising prices, do you still spend money on certain items that you have to have, or you just say, I'm gonna go find another way to get what I need, and I'm not gonna spend another dime at this store? No,
they give
it's like they say, businesses
about it.
They treat this as a business. You have to be the consumer. Don't spend your money. Don't waste your time. There's nothing more valuable than money. Than time. Money is not more important because you can't get your time back. You can make money back. Don't waste either. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money.
Yep.
I'm a content creator, so I can watch rewinds, replays, and get the information so I can create content. But I don't have to. If you go look at my page now, I don't do any Giants content. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not. I'll speak about them a little bit on Heart of the City with my bro NYG. That's pretty much it. I'm not wasting my time and my energy talking about the New York Football Giants until they go ahead and do what I think they need to do, and that's change. Haven't really. I think I only watched the Dallas game. That's it. Last week I was sick. I didn't watch the Washington game. I watched a little bit of the Dallas game, and that was it. And I might watch a little bit this weekend just because Jackson Dart is starting, so I want to see a little bit. Yeah, I do, but I'm probably not gonna watch the whole game. Got other things I can do.
If they get a win, and Coach, hold on, if they get a win from that Dart, they will be tied. They will be tied with Dallas Cowboys.
No, they're behind Dallas.
No, if they get a win, no.
They're still behind Dallas.
Dallas only got one win.
Dallas, and what's that win?
Oh, they got you.
They're head to head. There, so Giants would still be behind Dallas.
You Giants. I want to be right, damn it! Try to make this right for me.
Giants have to win 2, and Dallas has to win and lose the next 2 for the Giants to be over the.
Dallas is losing this week because they're playing Green Bay. Who's the Giants playing?
The Giants are we're the Chargers. We're hosting the Chargers.
Oh.
Now the best opportunity
is
next week.
Not gonna be a rough game.
Now next week they go down to New Orleans to play the Saints, and after that it's you guys, Denver, then you guys.
Oh, you know, you
the Giants have the
Giants all the way around.
Giants have the number one toughest schedule in the NFL. So
you might get one win. That's
maybe.
That's a maybe anyway.
Exactly.
But then again, I thought you guys should have got rid of your GM and your coach last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, I would have fired the coach and the manager said, "Yo, we need to come to my office now."
Should have been swept a long time ago. But hey, that's me. But hey, there we have it. So that's it. The Giants, and I don't know why they're not rated the worst team in the NFL. Hell, they can't even beat some of the college teams that are out there. That's how bad I think they are.
I got Miami as the worst team in the NFL. And because they ain't gonna win, but isn't the Giants, you're right. Even the Giants, I mean, you got the Giants as the worst?
Yeah, me personally, yeah. I know others are going to argue the Saints. They're going to argue the Dolphins. What's the other one? Yeah, I think those are the two. Because most publications have the Giants
right now. Houston Texans right now.
Yeah, but the Texans are still better than the Giants.
Yeah.
They have a better head coach. They have a better quarterback. I don't care if Jackson Dart
is. They got a better team.
Yeah,
I don't know why the Houston Texans are that bad, but
this is the situation. So, but again, that's me. That's my pessimism with the Giants. So, Giants are the worst I have ever. Okay, hey.
I got my hands, but then again, I expected more from the Giants. But you got a point there, Coach.
Mm-hmm. So, but I want to thank everyone for tapping in. So, before we get out of here, you got anything else you want to add on?
No, I'm good.
You got the Phillies today, right? What time is that game?
The Phillies at 6:00, and I do have something.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of people. There's some person out there that's saying Schwarber is the new Babe Ruth of baseball. This shit, please. Don't bring a legend to Schwarber. If you want to say Ryan Howard, fine. But no, don't go by a legend and say he's the Babe Ruth of the Phillies. Schwarber's just great. Because he's not going to give you the same home runs and the same RBIs next year. And he'll not tie friggin' Babe Ruth, please. I've seen this guy on there on YouTube, and he's adamant about it. It's like, You need to take a chill pill. Just need to take a chill pill. I mean, like, you can't go, here's a legend, and we're just going to piss on this legend and put Kyle Schwarber up there because you want to just throw a name up there to make it better than it is. It's not. Don't use a legend like that. It's crazy. I'm done my rant. Yeah, I had a little rant there. Coach, do you know what I mean?
No, I got you.
How do you feel about that, Coach, when somebody says that?
I understand their logic, but I'm with you. It's like, you're really pushing the envelope on certain players when you make statements like that, because of their careers and their legacy in the sport. And, first of all, Babe Ruth, how many championships has he had? How many championships has Schwarber won?
Yeah.
How many batting titles, home run titles? I mean, if you're going to say that he's at that,
not won them.
Yeah, if you're going to say he's at that level, then you need consistency to prove you're there. Forget the off-field antics with Babe Ruth. What did he do on the field, and how did he change the game? The level of fear that he created in the opposition. And then think about this: how many times did he call his hit and do it? Yeah. Has this dude ever done that? No. Then
Team Schwarber point to the stands, say, "Here it is. I'm putting that bitch out there." But exactly. No, we're gonna call him the next freaking Babe Ruth.
Now,
where I don't see where they're saying he's the next Babe Ruth. Okay,
I will say this: I will
have 58 home runs. Brian Howard has more home runs.
I will say this, and I'm not even willing to put him in that stratosphere just as yet. But you can make an argument for Aaron Judge. No, you honestly can, but I'm not going to. No, he's not.
But you have a point, though, Coach.
Yes, I know. That's my point. He at least has an MVP and a home run.
Aaron Judge is the guy. Well, because Aaron Judge had to put the ball anywhere he fucking wants.
But he's also has home run and MVPs and batting titles. So he has the stats behind it. The only thing he doesn't have is the championships.
And I'm not saying Aaron Judge is Babe Ruth.
I'm not either. No, I'm not.
If you want to get somebody in Major League Baseball right now that can actually show you something in that area, it is Aaron Judge.
A valuable argument I can understand. Yes. I'm going to debate you on that.
Babe Ruth?
No. But I can understand the argument.
Babe Ruth guy ever again? If Aaron Judge walks up tomorrow and points to the goddamn stands 3 fucking times, all right, let's talk about it.
But also think about this too, because we're talking about exit velocity and all this and that. Babe Ruth was hitting in bigger stadiums back then.
Yes.
Think about 450 feet.
Yeah,
like Aaron Judge is hitting that now, and Babe Ruth was doing that on a regular.
Hold on, what was Babe Ruth doing, though, Coach? Drinking whiskey before the game, drinking whiskey after the game, eating steak, getting fat, and not exercising and staying shape.
And smoking cigarettes in the bleachers.
A shake and shake and freaking trying to be healthy.
No, exactly. So mind you, it's a different game to pitch. The pitchers were not pitching 100 miles an hour like they are nowadays. I understand that. You're gonna have your counters to every point. But the point I'm making is consistency. Aaron Judge has not been consistent enough
to
be there. But if you want to say him more than anyone else, okay. Ohtani.
Ohtani's good.
He's good.
Ohtani needs more, but Ohtani's good. He needs way more, but he's good.
Now Ohtani's doing the same, because don't forget, Babe Ruth was a pitcher. So Ohtani is doing the both. So
Ohtani does pitch, but so did Babe Ruth back in the day.
Yeah, and don't now your counter to that is, don't forget, Ohtani also started out in the Japanese league, and the Japanese league might be a little bit below MLB. So,
Yeah,
to
but they got
start
wicked
out,
pitchers. They got wicked pitchers over there.
no, I'm not saying they don't, but still, the overall level of competition is not compared. You might want to make the argument that MLB back then is probably equal to the Japanese league now. Maybe. I mean, I could understand that, but right now, Otani is ascending there. He is. He and
Yeah,
Judge are probably the two that I could say when their careers are done, I want to see how you would classify them. Are they in that level? But there's very few that you can honestly say that have played baseball since Babe Ruth that you would say are on his level. There's few. There's a few. I'm going to be honest. The one that I love, who I wish injuries didn't derail his baseball career. I think he probably could have been the greatest, and that's Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. to me was on that climb, but
yeah,
his injuries took him away. I mean, he could do any and everything, whether it's play the outfield, come down and hit field, run the bases. He could do a whole lot more than Babe Ruth. The only thing he didn't do was pitch. So and his swing, Ken Griffey Jr. If you're a true baseball, go watch his swing, man. It's just
Ken Griffey Jr. was one of my favorites. And you know who another favorite of mine was? Bo Jackson.
Oh yeah, Bo.
Now listen, tell me this guy ain't athletic. He ran up on a wall. He ran back down the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Yo, he took that freaking ball and snatched it out of the air, and he freaking can. No, he still has to run back down the wall.
Nah, bro. Here's the one.
Nobody can do that shit.
Nah. When I see Bo Jackson take,
you want him to hit the damn ball, he can crush it.
If he didn't play football, I think he probably is one who probably could have pushed it. Because football injury hurt his.
I think if he didn't do both, I think he would have been better just staying in baseball.
Yeah.
And got away from football.
Yes, I agree. Look, for me with Bo Jackson,
his name would have been a lot huger if he stayed in baseball.
Look, Bo Jackson, the day I saw him break that baseball bat on his knee and just keep on walking like it was nothing.
Yep.
Oh no, that I will. I'm not gonna say I'm afraid.
People are like, "Oh, that was trash."
That's one dude who I would have been like, "Yo, yeah, I'm a wince a little bit when I'm going to hit him, but I know I would feel it after the game.
I know I'm going to, if I'm gonna swing at him, I know I'm gonna get fucked up.
No, I'm saying playing football. I'm like coming in for a tackle. I'm going like,
but I'm gonna do something I'm gonna regret. I know this.
Yeah. So
you were like, well, that bat was cracked. Even if that bat was cracked. Have you ever put your leg over a bat, a wooden baseball bat? That's solid. I don't care if it's cracked or not, it's still going to hurt.
I tried it after seeing him, and I was like, yeah. I was like, no, hell no.
He didn't flinch.
Yeah. So it's again, but getting back to the Babe Ruth point, there's very few who could have touched what he did in terms of baseball, and look, I know there's a lot of brothers who went out there like, but he wasn't going up against black players back then. Fair argument. Again, that's fair. I'm sorry, some of y'all may hate me for saying that. Why are you? No, he didn't play against all the best. That I do agree with, because back then the racism separated. So how can when you have guys like Ken Griffey, Bo Jackson, Barry Bonds, these guys playing against all races, Japanese, Latino, black, white, it doesn't matter, Asian, so the diversity in the sport is different than back then. So that's why, again, the arguments can be made, because you will have, I'm not saying Babe Ruth is the prototypical baseball player. No, because these are things that you could say take away from his legacy, because he didn't play all the best competition.
Yes, he didn't play all the best competition.
There's some players that were in the Negro League that, You know, they just now are starting to include their stats into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Think about
Right.
that. You know, so and they didn't play against white players, so there's always going to be a little asterisk per se against their name. So
Right.
but at the end of Otani, at the end of Aaron Judge, I want to see. Mickey Mantle was definitely one of the best. Yes,
Yes, the Eminem boys were back in the day were really
Maris and
good.
Mantle.
Even
Yeah.
the Mickey Mantle, the Eminem
Mm-hmm.
boys, they
Mm-hmm.
were phenomenal. That was a
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal duo.
Yes, it was.
Those two guys was fuck around and find out. You can go against one. You can pitch around against one, but then you mean
Mhm.
you got to pitch against the other one, and you
Exactly.
getting lit up.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's the beauty of baseball, though. So, when you go through the history and you think about it, and you can make arguments for and against so many different players.
Right.
So, and I love it and I do appreciate it. So, but
I love
um,
baseball.
I know you do. You love it more than me,
Yeah,
though.
I
I
love
will
it.
admit.
I just love baseball. I mean, like, listen, I love my sports. That's what Miss Halftime was like. You got to do this because you can talk all day long with baseball freaking sports.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just aggravated when somebody puts out a legend like that and like pisses on them. That's
Yeah.
what
See
it
that.
is.
It's how presentation is key to everything, and how you preface your statements can result in people coming at you, or what, I may not fully agree with you, but I can respect it. So, and I'm like that. Look, there's gonna be things. Look, I know there's Giants fans are gonna come at me because I actually call Brian Dable. I don't call him Dable. I call him the bum, or I call him a little fat Napoleon. Because that's what he is to me. He just needs the blue suit and the
Yeah,
hand in
but
the
you
jacket.
have a good argument. You have a good argument when you say it.
Mm.
But when you ask somebody about how can you say here's a legend and then here's a player and you're like, well, he has better stats than him. That's what you're going on.
Stats, okay.
What about the
You-
home runs that Babe Ruth put in the air? Whoever never could hit.
I just want to say this: does he have one of these? At least one of these? Does he
No.
have one of these? If he
Whoever don't
can't
have
say,
that,
you
Babe
think
Ruth does. Whoever don't have one of them.
Mike Schmidt is a legend. Now, Mike Schmidt was good. He was
Mike
good with the
Smith
Phillies.
he's one of the, he is a good, he's a legend.
You
But
might as well
guess
say
what?
he is.
Even now listen, Dave. Mike Smith is small ball. And he ain't saying small ball. He likes saying fucking baseball. How come people
Mhm.
don't punt? How come they're not just, getting on base and putting a blooper in the outfield? Mike Smith was that guy. So was Pete Rose.
Mhm. Mhm.
They were my favorite player on the Phillies was Pete Rose. I love Ken Griffey Jr. Don't get me wrong, because he was one of that dude was just awesome. But as a Philly fan, Pete Rose and Mike Smith, and I like how Mike Smith acts towards the fans because they were booing him over stupid shit,
Mhm.
and he gave it back to him. Show me he had balls. Show me he said, "Fuck you, fans. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about."
Mhm.
I like that.
And unfortunately, we're in a day and age of owners want to be and the leagues want to be politically correct because they're afraid
Yep.
of fans turning on them. Where we're old school. We don't care. What's the worst you gonna do? Boo us? Okay. Half the players, if they really said what they really want to, if they say what they're thinking, I got paid. What you got?
Yeah.
What you got?
That's what they can say.
If I got $100 million, yeah,
you might
I
want
got
to look
100.
at my bank account and look at your bank account. Shut the fuck up.
Look, I could spend in food in one dinner to what your salaries are. So
Yes.
you think about that, it's like, damn. Damn. You put Babe Ruth in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, even if he won't get hit off the pictures and those. How can you say that, Victor?
Vic, that's wrong.
You can't make that argument, because if you're saying because he was out of shape, if you put him in those eras, he's going to have the same opportunities to work out, because all those players back then were doing the same thing.
Babe Ruth did not have the workout, and they didn't know the analytics, and they did.
Yes.
They didn't do that. They just played because of the love of the game.
Think about it. Yeah, do you know how many guys were in the dugout smoking cigarettes and going to parties afterwards and chasing the women?
Come on now. Smoking a box of fucking cigars at night and drinking whiskey.
Now, if he knew what he knows now, what we know now, do you think he's not going to work out and he's going to see guys are working out and he's going to be like, nah, I want to be the greatest? Because the competitive drive, the competitive juices are going to force you to step your game up.
Yes.
I get the thought that, oh, you take him from the 1919s, 1920s and put him physically in that era. Yeah. But think about this, though. His timing and the swinging of the bat, that's not going to change. Right. That's not going to change.
He's still going to hit home runs.
Yes.
You're not going to sit there and, I don't care how fast you throw it. He's still going to hit them home runs. They're just going to go farther out.
Yes. So when people make that argument, you got to fully think about that. Taking the technology that you have today with those players back then.
Yeah, give them.
It's like telling me Jim Brown, if you took Jim Brown from the 1950s and 60s and put him into today's, his ability to work out? Come on. No, I get where you're coming from. Don't apologize.
No, apologize.
I want you to think about what you're saying.
You to have your opinion. We're not trying to argue and say,
no,
your opinion's wrong. We want you to have your opinion. We love your opinion.
Yes, but think about it completely, because you think Babe Ruth or any player from that era, you put them into today's era, they're going to have the same opportunities all these players are working. Because I say it all the time, man, if I had the opportunity that these kids now have today, playing football, working out all year round, come on. I was 285 in 1986 running a 4.740. No one was doing that back then. And I didn't know about working out as a 19-year-old kid coming into college for the first time. But now, if you put me into today's day and age where kids are learning to work out from middle school all the way up, oh, bro.
Yeah, if you had the technology you have now, and then when I was a kid.
Yes.
I mean, let's see if you can go electronic and go YouTube. Do you know how powerful YouTube would have been in the friggin' 80s and 90s? I mean, yes, okay, Google didn't exist, everybody. You know what I mean? It was AOL. You had to hook up to a fucking phone jack.
Bro, do you know, I talked to my mother and I told her, I said, Mom, if they had the technology when I first went to college, I'd have at least four undergraduates, 2 or 3 masters, and at least 1 PhD right now. I know that for a fact. I believe it. Because back then I had to go to the library and you have to pull out books. You have to go through, find the books, go through it, reading it, highlight, write your information down. If the book was there, if it was out, you'd have to wait until it was returned to get. Now, like you said, you have Google. You have your library on your computers, on your phone.
Go to a library. Go to a fucking card. Look at the card. Go get in there and go find the damn book.
Please, I'm like, yo,
you gotta go look at a number on the book. You had to do so much, but the technology they have now, Babe Ruth and all these, if all these guys had the technology that we have now, oh my God, it'd be scary.
That's why I'm saying it. It's like, think about that.
Even if you want to talk football, if Reggie White had the technology he had now, you know how scary Reggie White and LT would be, Coach? You know how scary them two guys, those monsters, would be.
And don't think about this. LT didn't really work out as much as he should have back then.
Oh, he partied every night.
He partied and just came in and just played half the times coming out from a party. You know, it's like seriously, man.
Right after he got done a game, he'd go to friggin' his church and to pray.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, church in
it was in South Jersey too, wasn't it?
South Jersey. So yeah, he owned a church there. So after he got done, he went right to his church and prayed. And
his ministry.
Minister.
It's like, yo, seriously.
The technology they had now, Reggie White would be huge, bigger than he already is. LT would be bigger than he is.
Look, here's the truth. Like, there's times I worry about my granddaughter, but then I think about it, the way technology progresses, the way life progresses, her life is just going to be totally different than mine, but she's going to have great opportunities. And that's all you have to look at. You know, look, we just want to make things better for our kids and our kids' kids, and they should be doing the same. You should be doing the same for the future generations. And that's all it is. Look, embrace where you are right now. Appreciate it. I still love where I came from. I mean, me and NYG on Wednesday, we did a top 5 Saturday morning cartoons that we used to love and watch. Think about that. And I'm like, nah, I love my cartoons from when I was in the 70s. But then they were talking, I was like, oh yeah, I used to watch those, and they're younger than me, the 80s and 90s. And I'm like, oh yeah, I used to watch those too. I'm just like, you know what?
Them cartoons.
Yes, it was just like, you know.
I used to watch those old, you're older than me, and I used to watch the cartoons that you watched.
Bro, I used to watch Popeye. Look at me, Popeye from the night. I was like, I was talking to my siblings. I'm like, oh damn. My sister was like, no, my brother. He was just like, oh, don't forget, I was Papa Smurf, so you know I love the Smurfs. I was like, damn it, I forgot about the Smurfs. You know, my sister was like, oh yeah, don't forget about Miguel Gorilla. Huh?
I remember, like, everybody talks about, everybody likes wrestling. Remember when wrestling had a goddamn cartoon? Hulk Hogan, the Junkyard Dog.
Oh, hell, Mr. T had his own cartoon. Yes, exactly. So it's just like, you know. But the point I'm making is, you know what? We all have our eras. Embrace your area, enjoy it. Let everybody have theirs, and just keep on growing and expanding. Because that's how life is. Otherwise, you're going to be universally alone. But yo, let's get out of here, man. We can get ready to go. So I appreciate everyone. We'll be back next week, man. Just make sure y'all stay tuned. So everybody enjoy your night, enjoy your teams, and we'll see you next week. And what do you always say, Mitch, when you're about ready to get out here?
Oh, I'll catch you on the rebound.
There you go.